second item, last code you
Give me the floor.
Well, yes, I know.
Lots of inaudibles.
Yes, the transcriptionist advised
The
that
last occasion I say that I told you, I informed the commission that
let's start out, please.
Oh, okay.
to give
It's on now.
Oh,
Yes, Mr. Chair.
that I will be unavailable
On the second.
recent development yesterday because of a challenge in the High Court. I think the High Court, I indicated to the High Court that Market 6 was settled. But in that very proceedings that I told you about, there's a High Court challenge.
Yeah.
So that the court, if the court would make, up to the court to make an order whether or not we proceed on the second, the court made an order that the proceedings should be stayed before the magistrate until the termination of the matter, therefore I'll be available.
On the second time, that's good news, Mr. Chan, because that will allow me to proceed with the same pace that we have been proceeding. In terms of scheduling the witnesses. Mr. Pieters, I welcome you and I note your presence.
Yes, good morning, Commissioner Stroh. I'm Selwyn Pieters and I'm a lawyer here at Balram.
As I know this.
I'm just here in respect to Mr. Travis Chase, so we will be seeking limited standing
Yeah.
so that Mr. Chase evidence could be given under section 15 of your rules. Any witness that appear here can appear with counsel, and so is the case with section 13 of the COI Act.
Yeah.
So we will be asking for limited standing to the extent that we will be here for the questioning, and we will be here for any issues that arise in respect to that journalist's work in connection with this case, and we will ask also to make written submissions at the end of the case.
The permission is granted for you to appear on behalf of your client, could I say?
Yes, thank you.
Right, thank you, Mr. Peters. As I indicated the last day we met, the intention was to call one witness, Mr. Baldeo, but based on the interaction with Mr. Chase and Mr. Peters, I think we have decided that I've decided we're going to also call Mr. Chase this morning. So we have two witnesses scheduled for this morning, Mr. Baldeo and Mr. Chase. I'll commence by calling Mr. Balram Baldeo, I think Mr. Balram Baldeo. He's right here. Please call Mr. Baldeo and ask for all the witnesses. Please go into it. Well, Mr. Balram Baldeo, which book do you swear by?
The Bible.
Can you please raise the Bible? The evidence you're about to give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help me God.
Yes, sir.
Please put the Bible. And for the record, Mr. Baldeo, can you please indicate to this commission who you are, where you live?
My name is Balram Baldeo, and I'm living at Lot 336 Horse Stelling, East Bangamoraro.
And what work do you do?
Well, I'm a driver, sir.
You're a driver. And what is the relationship between you and Leon Baldeo?
Leon Baldeo is my son.
He's your son. And Mr. Constance Leon Baldeo, referring to, is a witness that we had here before. I think it was on the second or third day, gave evidence before the commission. Now, you were interviewed and you told us a story. Let me just ask that you. The first thing, Leon Baldeo gave evidence about him being jailed in relation to being in possession with some drugs. Do you know of that matter?
Yes, sir.
What do you know of that matter?
Well, I was running the Horse Stelling policing group at the time as the chairman, and two youth men were caught selling drug in the area. Prior to that, I learned that my son was selling drug in the area. So I called him and I asked him of the issue, and he said to me no. Because when I asked him, he was a little bit arrogant, And I said, you don't have to get on a high horse. I'm your father. I am asking you this question. If I want to hear it from you. And he said to me, no. So I said, well, that settles the matter. If you're not selling, you're not selling. But I want to notify you that I am running this area, and I'm trying to keep this area free from crime. And if I'm going to do this, I cannot allow you to go on in this behavior. Fortunately, 2 individuals got hold up, and I learned that it was his stuff.
Is who stuff?
Leon Baldeo. So I asked him to go to the police and admit the thing is his and let the 2 lads get out of there. I encourage him. I even tell him I would be by your side, but you got to talk the truth. And he did went. And I didn't went to court because I just don't want to be around when this thing happened. And I was made to understand he accept. And the magistrate asked him if he know what he's doing. He said yes. The magistrate asked him if he, this is what I learned, second-hand information, that the magistrate asked if he know how much years he's going to get. He said yes, 3 years. The magistrate says, no, I'm going to give you 6 years. So I guess that he had 3 years, and he served 1.
So that's what you know in relation to this the drug matter.
Yes, sir.
You said you were involved in the community policing there. Your son is saying that this thing was as a result of some Inspector Bowen.
Well, I think what happened after he went in, Mr. Bowen, who did what he had to did, but I don't think Mr. Bowen caused him to be there.
It was your
Yes, sir.
involvement, and you encouraged him
Yes,
to
sir.
tell the truth, to go there and
Yes, sir.
there so. You also told us about a robbery matter. I think it was Myconi. So you know of that matter?
Yes, sir.
What do you know of that matter?
All right. He was spending time in Myconi with my in-laws. I got a call from my in-laws saying that the police arrested him, and I went up there. When I went up there, I learned of the issue, some robbery you get hold up for. My father-in-law said to me that the guy is innocent, that he can vouch for him. He was in his bed the night in question. Even when the police came in the morning, he was still in his bed. So based on those facts, I decided to go the extra mile because I don't condone crime. But it's my son, and I learned that he's innocent, so I went ahead and I took a liar and tried to get him out of there. So I didn't know of that matter.
So what was the result of the case?
I think the case was dismissed.
Yeah. And did you subsequently discover anything about the same matter?
Well, during the same process, I learned of 2 individuals from these bank area were implicated in the matter. So I had some suggestion maybe he is involved in this thing.
Maybe you.
My son, Leon Baldeo. That is my opinion, however.
Yeah, you found an opinion later that he might have been involved.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, your son came before the commission and he gave evidence. I told you about Gillard. And Gillard is the man who made the allegation that Nizam Khan approached him with this offer to assassinate the president. He said that Gillard approached him on the 27th of March and asked him, your son, to go to the police to give a statement to say that Gillard wanted him to tell a lie, to say that he was present, he yourself was present when this offer was made, and he did not do that. Now, what type of person, tell us something about your son, what type of person he is? First of all, in regards to what I told you, what opinion you formed in terms of your son coming forward and giving that type of information out?
Well, when I learned of this, it was a shock because the police that came to me, I indicated to them, I can't understand what is this because I have no knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
However, I know he's a bit wayward, so I indicate to the police I don't speak to him.
Mm-hmm.
So I really can't say anything much on that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that is what I said to the police. But if he would go and do a thing like that, I really can't say because, you know.
So what well, you said he wayward. So when you say wayward, exactly what do you mean?
Well, in a sense that me and he always get some conflict. Maybe I'm a contributor to that, because the fact remains that maybe I'm looking for him to do more than what I want him to do. And
In a way.
well, he often come home and he would make some noise. He don't want to contribute doing anything in the place, and we get this kind of conflict. Sometimes he want to speak to us how we feel like. So from time to time we got this problem that he would go and come. That was it.
I'm asking this question because he's your father. You know him, I only get to know him, or we only get to know him using quiet. Do you think he's a truthful person?
Well, I guess so,
He's a truthful person.
Yeah, I mean, I never really, with the incident at Maikoni, as I said, my opinion was what he was lying.
He was lying there.
Yes, but I never find him to be deceitful in that sense that you'd go this far.
Yeah.
Because this is when I learned of this issue, as I said, I don't speak to him for a while. That day in question, I had to talk to him because realizing the nature of what had happened, I had to indicate to him, you got to be there. And I give him the direction to come here.
Right, so you told him where to come to tell
Yes,
the
sir.
story. So in relation to this specific story about this offer made to him by Gillard, do you think he's telling the truth?